one of the greatest feedbacks we've gotten, far more than just one time, was students would make the comment, "You can't explain Camp BIMI, you have to experience it."
So some of the really neat things that I got to experience at Camp BIMI included meeting new people, people that I'm still friends with to this day. We also got to eat meals with different people and missionaries. You also get to attend informational sessions that are taught by veteran missionaries who've been on the field. And then also you get to share and hear different testimonies from people who were there at Camp BIMI with you.
I heard about Camp BIMI because my wife went to Camp BIMI. This really piqued my interest that there's this place where you can go learn about missions to help give people a reality check before they step into their romanticized ideas of mission life.
Camp BIMI was created to prevent the number of dropouts on the mission field, which is very, very helpful because a lot of the stuff that you learn there is stuff you would not learn otherwise until you were at the field.
Being a missionary kid, born and raised on the field, I didn't really think at first that I was going to be learning a lot going to Camp BIMI, but I was proven wrong right off the bat. The classes that I went to my first year there really showed me how my perspective as a missionary kid was just one perspective. My parents' perspective was a completely different other.
Your first time that you're there and you're in Camp BIMI 1, you're learning these practical things. When you're there in Camp BIMI 2, you're learning these other practical things like putting together a presentation or putting together a prayer letter.
The teachers made the classes very fun. They were just authentic.
God really used each different year that I went, something that one of the godly older ladies would say in those sessions was something that God used in my life to help me take the next step spiritually.
I learned so much at Camp BIMI through those classes. It made me really appreciate my parents and what they did to do the Lord's calling.
There's the misconception that they're going to try to convince you to go to the mission field, and it's exactly the opposite.
So the goal of Camp BIMI is not necessarily to promote the idea of missions. It's really to give the person a realistic idea of what missions is all about and to help you find where your puzzle piece fits, whether that is in missions or full-time service or something else.
The times being able to sit at dinner or breakfast or lunch and talk one-on-one, no matter what question you had, you could ask them and they would give you their perspective.
And that was a chance for us to ask them questions, personal questions about anything, whether it was their personal life on the mission field or if it was just general questions about missions.
I think Camp BIMI is a week of spiritual refreshment. It's a time where you just are completely focused and thinking about missions and your part that you have in it. And every Christian has a part in missions.
Besides all the classes that we take, there's also a time in the afternoon for other activities. These activities can involve just a fun game outside, and there's also just rest time at the end of the day where you get to kind of go back into your notes if you want to and recap on what you learned that morning, or just spend time with other friends made there at Camp BIMI and make new friends. And there's also a choir which meets regularly to practice for a song that will be sung sometime in the week, usually toward the end of the week. And that's always a good time.
The highlight of Camp BIMI was the international banquet. That was a time where we got to wear international outfits to a banquet. And all these outfits were from different countries, and many of them represented countries where the students had actually been to.
In what you
It's a very unique experience at Camp BIMI to have all of those veteran missionaries in the same place in 1 week. It's a special experience.
Your hearts are just kind of knit together with the common bond of finding out where you fit in relation to missions, if that's what the Lord wants for you.
If someone is considering Camp BIMI, I would tell them it is worth the time and it is worth the investment.